Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys today? I'm so excited to be with you today. We are going to make a really fun project. It is this little holder that holds this Burt's Bees balm, lip balm. It's the coconut and pear that I have in here, and it was really fun to make. How cute is this? It says stay wonderful. It's just a great little gift to give to whoever it is that you are wanting to just give a little joy to, right? And it's real simple to make. I'm going to show you how to do that today. I have my Yorkie in here with me. She's having little dreams, and don't mind her when she makes little noises. She's super cute, but let's go ahead and pull out this balm so that you guys can see how I have put this little box together. I'm going to put it off to the side temporarily. We are using the Honeybee Home Bundle, which is an amazing bundle. I have quite a few videos on it. I believe this is my fourth one on this, and so I hope that you enjoy it. For the little window in the front, which actually we're not going to do because you can make it with or without, but for this one I did use this die from the Tasteful Labels, and when you trim it out, that's what is the waste, but you can hold on to that and save it. On this next one, we're just going to go ahead and leave it without a window so that you can see it in both ways. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with a piece of cardstock that is 5 by 7 1/4 inches. I'm bringing out my Simply Scoreboard. I love this board, and we are going to start on the short side. And there's a lot of eighths involved in this box, but trust me, it is worth it. Eighths are every little tick that's on here is another eighth, so it's real easy to count it out. So we're going to go 3/8 at first. So 1, 2, 3. That's our first one. Then it's 1 1/8, so we have the 1 inch and 1/8. Then we're going to do 3 7/8, so 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7/8. And we're going to do 4 5/8, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. And that is all the eighths. See, it's not as scary as it sounds, right? Then we're going to turn it to the 7 1/4 inch side, and we are also, this time we're going to do a lot of quarters. So we're going to go 2 1/4, and the quarter is this little bit taller mark than the eighth. So we're going to go 2 1/4, 4 1/2, 5 1/4, 6, and 6 3/4. So this is what you have when you're done. I'm going to show you it once I burnish it. You'll be able to see it a lot better. So let's go ahead and do the burnishing. When I say burnish, it just means to take your bone folder out and just basically help these little creases to show up. So as you're cutting with a scissor, your eye can see them. I'm going to do both sides there on that 3/8 inch. Do this one both ways as well, and then we'll do these right here. All right, guys, I think we're good. Just want to make sure that I have all my score lines in there. So now you can see that you can see them a little bit better. That's what they look like. We're going to start cutting. I'm going to start here at the top, and we're going to cut away basically these two sections and these two sections on both sides. So we're going to, that will leave us with this little bottom section, which is actually our box little piece. This, what we're cutting away first, is for this top section. So let's do that first. We're going to come down along this piece, and we are just going to trim all the way down to that score mark, and then we're going to cut away that piece there. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to go ahead and do the cutaway first, and then I'm going to come down along these score marks. You can also use your trimmer if you want to do these, but I don't mind doing with the scissor. If it's not 100% perfect, I'm okay with that. All right, I'm going to trim just a hair more off of here. There we go. So that is our basic little box. This is the top that forms our base for here, okay? And then we're gonna do this bottom of the box side. Once I'm all done, I'll lay it out for you so that you can take a picture. So we're gonna now take this section into account. We're gonna angle cut in this middle long piece, just like that. And then we're gonna cut these other tabs away. So we're just gonna cut straight down this line, and then that will cut those tabs out of there. So we did an angle cut and then cut those tabs away. That is that section, okay? Now we're gonna do this section. Now this one's gonna be a little bit shorter, so I'm gonna half this little box, maybe a little bit less than half. A little less than half on this side, just like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and cut this completely off, and we only want that tab. All right, and I'm gonna angle cut this tab, because when tabs are angle cut, it's just a lot easier to turn them in. They look nice and clean, just like these are. See right here? That's what those are, those tabs right there. That's what we just cut. So now we're gonna do this middle section. Now for this one, I need this square because it is actually this square that's on the side of the box. So this is the flap that goes inside. So we're just gonna cut straight down on both sides, just like that. And then we're gonna cut these little tabs right here. All right, so those are the parts that go into the box. Now we're gonna do the same as we did here. This is gonna be the other tab. So we're gonna cut a little less than half on both of these. And I'm gonna make sure I'm straight. It doesn't look straight. There we go, now I'm straight. And we're gonna go ahead and angle cut these pieces right here and right here to make them match the ones on the other side of this. So see, these two are the same, and then this one's different. Let's move all this scraps out of the way. I'm gonna put it down so that you can get a shot in the camera. If you wanna take a screenshot, you can, of what it looks like. Now, if we were to put the window in the front like this, if we're gonna do this window, we would take that die, which I don't have out right now, but pretend this is the die, this is the piece that came out, and we would stick it right here on this piece, okay? And then we would run it through our machine so that the window, so the part that has these long pieces, that's where you put your little window. If you guys have the old punches, we used to have an old like circular rounded, like a long channel that was rounded, that would work. Also, we used to have another punch that had like points on those that are retired. If you have those, you can also punch that. You don't have to use the die, but definitely check into that. Actually, I think let me use one of those so that you guys can see it if you have it. This is called the Classic Label Punch, and it is retired, but we're gonna go ahead and use it because I want to show you how to have a different look to the front. So we would insert this right here. We would just kind of follow along and push it into this panel right here. And then we're gonna just kind of use this as our guide and get it as straight as we can. I mean, we can only do what we can do, right? I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly 100% perfect. We just do our best. That's all that we can do. And I'm gonna go ahead and give it a punch. Let's try this. I haven't made it with this, but hey, not bad. So see, there's another way to get a window. You don't have to use the die. Where is the die? Here it is. This one's just a little bit smaller. So let me clean off my box area. So now we have it two ways. That's fun. So those of you who have the Classic Label die, you can use that as well. I mean punch as well. All right, so now let's go ahead and assemble. So we are going to glue this piece down first. Let's go ahead and put some wet glue in this area here. And we're gonna just press it down and make sure that it has adhesive all the way to the corner there. We give it a nice press. And this is the area that we are going to decorate right here in a few minutes. But we'll start with that. And once we've had it glued in place, we can use our scissors to trim it to match in case we cut a little crooked when we were doing our cutting, right? Okay. So now we're going to put adhesive on this part, and then we're going to glue it to this piece. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to actually crease that. We're going to put it on this crease part, not the back like I was getting ready to do. So it was kind of good that the glue didn't come out there because I would have had a mistake. All right, so you want to have that flap, and then you're going to take that flap and you're just going to bring it along here, and you're going to kind of form your box like so. Okay, we're forming our little box there, and then this is gonna fall right there, and then this is gonna come and it's gonna press right against that piece. So I use my bone folder, and if you just lay it along there and trust in the process, I just wanted to do it in a slow way for you guys to see it. Okay, but it leans right up against there, and then when you stand it up, there is your little holder. Okay, we're going to turn these tabs in like that, and then we're going to go ahead and insert these angled tabs into place. There's one right there, and then let's do the other side. I'm going to grab my little Burt's Bees and we'll stick it in there. And there is our second tab. So that's what it looks like with that punch instead of the die. So let's go ahead and decorate. We're going to use a little piece, oh, I have hiccups, of this designer series paper. It's called Heart and Home, and it is available in my online store. Just go to Inky Hands Warm Hearts and click on Shop With Me. You can type in Heart and Home or look at what else I have in my online store there. But also in the description below, I will have a link to all the products that I've used. So if you want to purchase those, you can do so. I'm going to go ahead and just attach this little piece of designer series paper, which is actually 1 3/8 by 2 5/8. That is the size of that piece. So far the pieces that we've used are a 5 7 1/4 of fresh freesia, and then this designer series paper is called Heart and Home, and it is a 1 3/8 by 2 5/8 piece. And then we are going to be using the double oval punch today. So with this little curly one here, we're going to use the fresh freesia. I'm going to stick that in there and get me one of those. And then for our white one, we're going to actually stamp. Yeah, this project has a tiny bit of stamping, right? So we're going to stamp our Stay Wonderful. I'm going to put that right there in the center. And then we're going to bring this oval punch in, and we're going to slide it in place and get it centered there. And punch it out. And I like to have a long strip. And then we're going to also use the Bumblebee right here. So we're going to ink him up, get him nice and inked up, and he is going to go on this little scrap of basic white, and he is going to get colored in with our Stampin' Blends. And the ones that I have used are Pale Papaya, and we are using the dark and the light Pale Papaya to color him in. So basically I've used the dark for everything except for the wings. The wings are the light, so I will just go across here, and the wings are going to be in there. So I have another one already cut out for us, so let me grab that and bring it into play if I can find it now. There it is. So you die cut that out with the dies in the Heart and Home. You're going to use this little guy right here, which is the big bee. There's 3 bees, and so all 3 of them are available. And so we're going to go ahead and attach these 2 pieces. We're using a lot of wet glue today, aren't we? So we'll put that one right on top. That looks pretty good. And let's go ahead and attach this also onto our background. Don't mind my Yorkie and her snores, guys. She just adds to the fun of my videos, doesn't she? All right. So we're going to put that Stay Wonderful right there on top. All right. And then our bee is going to get a dimensional. So let me get one of those out right there. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. Pull that back off and attach our bee right in that corner. And then the final touch is going to be these beautiful iridescent rhinestones. I love them. This is a fairly quick project. So we're going to go ahead and grab a medium-sized gem here. Place that right on there, and then we'll grab 2 babies. So we'll put one right near it, right there, maybe a little bit. This is why I love the Take Your Pick tool so much. Oh, it's awesome. So we'll put that one kind of near it, and then we'll add the other baby down in this other corner here. Looks pretty awesome. Very pleased, and it does look good with that classic label punch as well. I'm sorry that that's no longer available, but like I said, you can definitely use the Tasteful Labels dies, and that's what I used here on this one, and it looks just as good. Actually, you see more of the little tube, which I kind of like, that you can see you know, the style of it, that it is the coconut and pear. I'll show you this one. So you have the Burt's Bees, and you can also see that it's coconut and pear. I kind of like that it's a little bit more roomy. You can also put a window sheet in here if you don't want it to be open where you can see it. You can also put a window sheet, just cut it before you glue it down and glue it to this piece. It probably would give it a little bit more stability. So that actually is not a bad idea. And also it would be clear so that they could, if you had something smaller in this, of course this is made directly for the lip balm, but that would also help. But let's go ahead and put it in this one. So this again is with the classic label punch, and I use the, it's retired, but I'm sure a lot of you guys that are Stampin' Up people that like Stampin' Up products have it, and if not, like I said, this Tasteful Labels die is perfect. And I really like that it has those banner ends on there. It's really nice. So I hope that you've enjoyed this project. I have enjoyed sharing it with you. Thank you for watching. I'm kind of new to YouTube, about 3 months maybe. And if you don't mind helping me out, giving me a like, thumbs up, share my video. I'm trying to grow my channel, so shares also always help me. And I would be very grateful to you for that if you can do that for me. And thank you for watching again. On my blog, I do blog every day, inkyhandswarmhearts.com. I will link it in the description below, so check that out. And thank you so much again for watching. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!